Afternoon, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about the song It Keeps You Runnin' by the Doobie Brothers. This is a great song. It has a great bass line that you're able to pick up in solo acoustic guitar. This song was on the 1976 album Taking It to the Streets, featuring the vocals of Michael McDonald. As before, I am going to play a snippet of the song, and then I will show you how to play each of the sections of the song as I play it for solo acoustic guitar. Now, the guitar itself is in standard tuning. I do have some delay on the guitar, it just makes it sound a lot better. But that's it. So let's get started. Saying you're leaving out your heart, all that you say deep inside. I can hear your heartbeat. Oh, you got me so wrong. You ain't got no worries. You've just been lonely too long. I know what it means to hide you. Long time ago. Oh, darling, it keeps you running. Yeah, it keeps you running. It keeps you running. Running. It keeps you running. It keeps you. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about how to play this great tune. As I mentioned before, this is has a great bass line in it, and the bass line really starts on the G7th chord here. And the reason that I'm plucking is because I want to get that. I want to be able to get that bass line of G. This is a G7th chord on the 3rd fret, just a bar chord. You're laying down across the 3rd fret, your ring finger's on the 5th fret of the A string, and your middle finger's on the 4th fret of the G string. Okay? Now, this is an essential part of this song, is to get this little riff in, and it's the intro riff, and it's a riff that you continue to go back to during a large portion of the verses. So this is the way you play it. Okay, and the way you do this, you're going to pluck this chord, the G7th chord, and then you're going to jump up here to the 5th fret of the A string, and you're going to do a little riff that basically goes from the 5th to the 7th, and you're going to do a little hammer on. And then you're going to jump to the 5th fret of the D string, and maybe give it a little bit of vibrato, and then back again to do that again. So you're going to just go. And then you're going to end up on the 7th. You're going to end up on the 7th fret of the A string. So it's going to sound like this. So I'll do it slower. So that's how you're gonna fill in after you pluck the G7th chord. So it's. Okay, and then you're going to do that. That's the way the intro goes, and there's a bass line that goes on top of that, and I can't really remember how it goes, but there's another bass line that goes on top of that. But this is a major part of this intro, and a critical thing to getting the G7th. Okay, so I've shown you that. The next thing you're going to go to after you do that essentially twice, you're going to go to a couple of chords. You're going to go to a B minor 7th here on the second position here, the 2nd fret. You're going to bar across the 2nd fret all the way down, and then you can use your ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string and your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. And you're just going to basically be plucking from the A string all the way down here. So you're going to go B minor 7th, slide down, B flat minor 7th, and then you're going to go to an A minor 7th, first position. And then you're going to jump back up here to an A flat 7th, which is a bar A flat 7th, so it's on the 4th fret. You're going to just lay your finger across, and then you're going to use your ring finger on the 6th fret of the A string, and your middle finger on the 5th fret of the G string. You're going to get an A flat 7th, and then back to G7. So that's how you get this sort of, it's going down the scale, so it's saying where you gonna go, girl, where you gonna hide. So you're gonna go B minor 7th, B flat minor 7th, A minor 7th, A flat 7th, back to G7. Okay? And then you're going to end, after you hit that G7th, you're going to go back to that little riff. You go. It's sort of fill now. Now it's acting as a fill to this. Okay? Then you're going to go to the second line, which is essentially the same thing. You go leaving out your home. Same chords. A flat 7th, and all that you're saying deep inside to G7th, and then back to the riff again. And you're just gonna, it's sort of like creating a stab with the G7th, so it's like a horn. It's almost like a horn going, wah. So it's going. Okay, so once you do that again, you're going to basically do that just like in the intro riff again. You do it twice after each G7th. You're going to go to the next part of the verse, which is essentially you're going to be creating this horn-like sound, and the way you do it is using a C11th chord. The C11th chord essentially is here on the 3rd fret, and you're just going to be covering, or you're going to be plucking the 3rd fret of the A, the 3rd fret of the D, the 3rd fret of the G, and the 3rd fret of the B. That when you pluck that, you're going to leave the outer strings alone. You're just going to pluck this, and that's the C11th. So that's how you get that sound. So it's, and you've got to get this syncopated with the singing. So it's, I can feel your heartbeat. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then hammer on. You're going to hammer on with your ring finger to the 5th fret of the G, or the D, the G, and the B. And you're going to just pluck it again. Or hammer onto it, I'm sorry. But you got it. The key is getting the singing part of this syncopated with these sort of stabs. So it's go, I can feel your heartbeat. Oh, you got me all wrong. And then back to G7, and then back to the riff. And then it's, you ain't got no worries. You've been lonely too long. Same riff. Now we're going to the easy part. to an E minor 7th, first position. So that you've got your middle finger here on the 2nd fret of the A, your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the D, and your little finger is on the 3rd fret of the B. And you're using your E as a bass. I know what it means. So that's E minor 7th to an A 7th. To hide your heart. And then you're going to go to a C with a D bass, which you play with just a single finger right here. You put it on the 1st fret of the B string, and you're plucking from the D down, the high E high 4 strings. So that's a C with a D bass to a D. Okay, so let's go over what I've done. The first part of that line, it's I know what it means to hide your heart. And then you're going to do a little note run here. So that's E minor 7, A, C with a D bass to a D. And then you're going to go a D, D, C sharp, and then a C. So, and then to a B 7th. So the way that sounds is B 7th. Long time ago to an E minor, and then back to a D, first position. Oh, darling. Okay, so let's play that last line again, and make sure you got that down. So it's E minor 7th to an A 7th to a C with a D bass, D notes. B 7th to an E minor to a D. Okay, now we finally get to the chorus itself. The way the chorus is done, and this is I think the chorus is a great chorus. The chord it uses is a D with a C bass, and the way you make that is, and I find this the easiest way to do it because you want to be able to jump quickly to a C major 7th, is you put your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, you put your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and then you're laying your pointer finger on these 4 strings here. And so you're basically just plucking, in the first chord, the D with the C bass, you're basically plucking just your the 5th string and then the lower the high 3 strings. So it's, and you want to be able to go to a C major 7th real quickly. So it's keeps you running, it keeps you running, and you're going to be plucking this. So it's it keeps you running. C major 7th, this shape that's done here, which is your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string and your pointer finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. So it's it keeps you running, yeah, it keeps you running, it keeps you, and then you switch to a D with an E bass, so that's just a standard D, first position, and then you're going to pluck the E as the bass. It's a subtle change, it keeps you running, you go to an E minor, it keeps you running, it keeps you running, and you're going to go back, C with the D with a C bass, okay? Then you're going to go back, after you finish that chorus, you're going to go back to this for the next verse. So you're going to, I know how I feel. You're going to start this whole thing again. Okay? You're going to do another verse of that. Then you're going to do another chorus, just like I showed you a second ago. And at the last line of the chorus, you're going to do that twice. You're going to do the chorus twice, and then you're going to jump basically with the "It Keeps Runnin," and then you're going to change that into the C11th riff. Now let me show you how that is. So in the last verse, you're going to go, "It keeps you or last chorus rather, running. It keeps you running." So you're doing the D with the E bass to an E minor. It keeps you running, and then he sings out, it keeps you running. So you're basically going to overlay the intro with the "It Keeps You Running." So you're going to be going, it keeps you running, it keeps you running, it keeps you running. So you're going to do the C11th with the little hammer on to the C. Okay, that's really how you play it. It's a great tune, very jazz-like rock. This is really the era of Michael McDonald on keyboards. This is a version of this song that's played on solo acoustic guitar, trying to get that bass line in there. But I suspect it would sound great if you had somebody playing regular chords over the top of somebody doing the jazz-like plucking. So as before, if you have any questions about this video or any of my videos, go ahead and leave a question or comment at my YouTube channel, and I'll get back to you when I can. Thanks again, and I'll see you later.